first confession is about, I've been not working at work for 6 months. I don't think I'll ever get caught. I have a very low-key office job. My job is basically just doing the busy work that the key players in the office are too busy for: spreadsheets, R&D, boring stuff. As a person, I am very quiet and can easily go through life unnoticed. Because my work never has deadlines and it's all just behind the scenes stuff, and since no one at work ever really even talks to me much or notices me, I've just stopped working hard. I'll take one day a week to power through and get some stuff done, but the rest of the week, I'm just in my cubicle messing around on my phone all day. Nobody notices. It's like I'm invisible. All that matters to them is that they see my work is finished at the end of the week. I've been doing this for 6 months and haven't gotten questioned or caught once. I've even started taking it further and coming in an hour late. Nobody notices. I've been taking very extended lunch breaks. Nobody notices. If I hear anyone walk by my office, I simply set my phone down and pretend to work. However, I have a reputation as a hard worker simply because I had a few bright ideas and solved some major problems when I first started working there. Because of this, everyone thinks I'm smart, hard-working, and self-sufficient, so I don't need anyone looking over my shoulder. I know it's wrong for me to do this, but I hate this job. It's mind-numbingly boring, but it pays $25 an hour, so no way in hell I'm quitting. I don't have a degree, so jobs like this are hard to come by for me in my industry. I used to be afraid I'd get caught, but at this point, I just don't think it's ever going to happen. The second confession is about, I kicked a hitchhiker out of my car in the middle of the desert. About 8 months ago, I was driving alone on a trip to visit my parents. Most of this drive goes through a desolate desert with barely any vegetation. Approximate an hour into the drive, I saw a 20 to 30-year-old with shorts, t-shirt, backpack, and a water bottle giving me the thumbs up on the side of the road. Considering the road is less used nowadays, I decided to help him out because it didn't seem like he would see anyone else that day. At first he seemed quite normal at first, but after we introduced each other and had a couple conversations, he started to act strangely. He would occasionally flick his head twice and make a face, but would continue with the conversation like nothing happened. About 30 minutes after driving him, he started talking politics and was very adamant on his way of viewing things being correct. I wasn't afraid of sharing my own thoughts and opinions, so I did as respectfully as I could. Without warning, he cut me off mid-sentence and screamed at the top of his lungs. I was shocked and really didn't know what to do. Looking back, he was obviously on drugs. He pushed me past the point of comfort in my own vehicle at that point, so I pulled over and ordered him to get out of my car. He took his stuff, and once outside I zoomed off, leaving him at least 30 kilometers away from the nearest town. Later, when I arrived at my parents' house, I looked over to the passenger side door, and he left his water bottle. I assume he was fine, but who knows, maybe I killed some druggie because I didn't look to my right for a couple hours. And the last confession is about, I put a piece of gum under the table at the security checkpoint at Buckingham Palace. I was a clumsy freshman in high school, and our high school band went on an international field trip to London where we actually played in the St. Patrick's Day parade. But anyway, we had a lot of excursions during our week-long stay there, and I had signed up to go to Buckingham Palace. The day of the excursion arrives, and I start chewing on a piece of gum. After me and the group had reached the palace, the gum lost its flavor, and honestly, I was too lazy to go throw it in a trash can that was literally 20 feet away from the security checkpoint. So yeah, I'm in line waiting to pass through, and there's this plastic table where everyone's bags are checked. I see the guard look away for a minute, and I swiftly take the flavorless gum out of my mouth and stick it right under the table. Mission accomplished. Well, during the tour of the palace, I was feeling so uneasy and I was paranoid that they saw me on a camera or something, but nothing happened when the tour finished. Those next few days we were in London, I kept my eyes glued to BBC because I really thought that they were gonna DNA test the gum and arrest me for vandalizing Buckingham Palace. So the trip ends, and for the next few weeks back in the States, I was still paranoid as shit, thinking the FBI was going to kick my door down and arrest me for sticking my chewed gum under a security checkpoint table at Buckingham Palace. Well, it's now been 6 years since that infamous moment, so I guess I'm in the clear, haha.